coupe, the Alpine A110 GT. It got that softer chassis, not the one that is in the S version, which is a bit stiffer. So this is supposed to be a bit more of a Gran Turismo model, which you take on longer journeys. But still, it has the pedigree of driving it really hard on curvy roads. The engine sound is rather fruity. It feels a bit mad, feels a bit angry. Something that I find a bit frustrating is that beep when you're supposed to change gear. I don't really like that. It's like, you know, I know when to change gear, you don't need to tell me, but I guess it's there for when you're focused on your track, you're driving, and it reminds you of change gear now because this is the perfect time. So yeah, maybe it's good, but I still don't like it. Oh, boom! And that gearbox, it really hits you when you put in another gear. 260 milliseconds for the changes to be done. But I think that kick or that punch, it's more there to give an effect of some kind. And we found some marvelous roads to drive on here with free sight, and it's just epic to be driving this car on those deep dives, and you just flick it into one corner from another. This is just what this car was born to do. Jean Ridal in 1955 founded the brand Alpine. He wanted to create a car that was lightweight, compact, and that had unmatched driving joy. And that has been reincarnated with this one. Even though this has been around for a couple of years now, you still get hungry to drive this car because it's feather light. Aluminium structure, that is what makes this car so light. 1119 kilos curb weight. 1.8 liter four-cylinder turbocharged engine, which produces 300 horsepower. It's rear-wheel drive, and the engine is placed in the middle. So it's a mid-engine car, which gives extraordinary good balance. And with that lightweight, it's just a joy to drive. So main rival for this car is the Porsche Cayman 718. But this car is a bit different. It's lighter. It feels like in a lot of corners, you can feel more brave because it's so light that you can tuck it in every way you want. The Porsche, of course you can do it, but not really the same. Maybe the Porsche steering is a bit more on point than this one, even though this is very sharp. If you have any suggestions on what type of cars you would like us to drive, then just comment in the section below. This paintwork is a bit special as well. It's silver matte and it's called Mercury. And this color blends perfectly well with the polished black 18-inch alloys. I think this car looks perfect in all angles. And from the back, it looks a bit mysterious and a bit space-like, but I like it. It got a real diffuser, so it gets some good aerodynamics when you get up to speed. And the thing that also differs from the normal one is those transparent LED lights back here. You also get the name Alpine and the emblems in a bit bronze color. And that really elevates the elegance of the car. And of course, the brakes are perfect. They come from Brembo. So in a mid-engine car, you get a frunk and a trunk. The frunk is, well, it's all right. It's rather wide, but it's not that deep. If you compare it to a Porsche Cayman, you get a bit deeper frunk. But it's all right to put some soft bags in it. That's a good turning circle as well. It's so light on its feet that you just get happy. Nowadays, all cars, most cars weigh a lot due to that they're electric. So if you compare it to an electric car, it weighs almost nothing. And that is a liberating feeling. And this car is still rather rare, so you don't see them that often. And people always wonder, what type of car is that? Alpine, what is that? So you need to explain a bit, because I think people think it's more cute, beautiful and cute at the same time. That's why they pop up and want to have a chat. I think people are a bit more intimidated when you pop up in a Ferrari or a raw Porsche. Been driving this car for a couple of days now, and it's growing on me more and more each day. It's just you want to get into it, you want to drive, you don't want to do anything else, because it is a bit addictive. So When you push A in the middle here, you get a great pack of telemetry and gadgets, like an overview of your gearbox, what type of temperature it's got. What else do we got? We got steering angle, lap time, coolant temperature, turbo pressure, 0 to 100, 0 to 50, braking. Yeah, that's a convenient pack. We're also setting a lap time, and we're here at Gillinge test track to see what the Alpine 110 GT can deliver, because this is a track car. So it's a bit wet, but let's give it a shot. So inside the cabin, it's compact and super sporty. The seats, they are great. You can adjust these seats a bit more than you can in the other versions. Oh, I didn't think you could adjust the backrest, but you can. So that alters a bit of my expectation of getting it on a longer trip. Actually, because I thought this was fixated, and you can get some pain in your back. So that was really nice. Thank you for that. But something that is a bit frustrating is that there's no glove compartment here. Try to find a button, but there is nothing. I think that the glove compartment is this satchel or little bag here. But as you sit and try to put some stuff, it's almost impossible, because these sporty seats, they won't let you be that maneuverable in here. So that is very strange. Maybe it's a homage of some kind, I don't know. This stitching that you get around here, you get the same color on the stitching as you get on that little notch up here. And the steering wheel. You get a very good grip, and it's pretty locked in here, because this little bar, what do you call it here in the middle, it doesn't make you change your grip that much. But it's good, and you need that, because the paddle shifters, they are very short. They don't stretch down, so you don't reach them. And sometimes when you want to put in a gear going into a corner, you might need to adjust your hand. You get that sport button here to change sport mode, normal mode, and if you press it a bit longer, you get into race mode, and you get those nice rev counters up here. You also get the ESC system into race, which lets you slide a little bit. Otherwise, you can turn it off completely. It's pretty cool here as well how this runs, and it's open down here. You get that little badge because this is also a limited edition. There's only 300, and this is number 98 of 300. Something new in this car is that you get carbon fiber up here. You get some carbon fiber here on the center, and you also get some carbon fiber on the vents. And then this infotainment system, it's not that intuitive. It's pretty old. It feels like it comes from some Renault models back in the days. Maybe not that old, but it works, but it's not that quick. And the roof is dressed in suede of some kind, and it's called Dominica. So these three buttons down here, which says D, N, and R, drive, neutral, and reverse, they work brilliantly. I didn't think they were going to respond that quickly when you push them, but sure do. And this car, it feels so nimble, so flexible. Parking it, reversing it, and just getting out of tight spaces. It's very easy to maneuver. When you want to set your speed limiter, it's down here, and your cruise control, it's down here, and then you just maneuver it here by the steering wheel. So it's a bit of a stretch. This chassis is good. I've been driving the other ones. I've been driving the S, which has stiffer suspension, and you can feel every fiber of the road in that car. and it gets on you a bit after a while. And I think as a GT car, it doesn't have that much storage. So I really enjoy this car. I think it's a treat. I still see it as more of a toy or a fun car to have, to drive actively or to be on track days. And you got heated seats, you got your navigation system and your Bluetooth and all of that, cruise controls, this focal sound system. So yeah, you can enjoy it, but you want to get to some roads which suits this car, because this car it's made for driving.